night at precisely 2:03 a.m., I hear a noise at the end of the hallway. First it was just a scratching sound, like someone dragging their fingernails down the wall. Then I started seeing him. There's a man in my apartment building. Okay, that's weird. I live on the 12th floor and the man in the hallway is always at the same spot, just standing there staring at nothing. I thought maybe he was homeless or had recently moved in and was waiting for his elevator. But after a few weeks, I realized something was wrong. He never moves. He just stands there silently. I tried talking to him, but he never responded. Whenever I told my neighbors or the building security about the man, they all said the same thing. There's no one there. So I installed cameras, but every recording showed an empty hallway, and yet I could still hear him pacing back and forth on the other side of the door. He was tall and pale with scraggly gray hair and was always wearing the same clothes, a brown suit and a white shirt with the sleeves cut off. It looked like he was in the 1940s, and then he started whispering my name, but only when I stepped close to the door. I couldn't make out the words, but it sounded like he was saying, "Let me in, let me in." I tried to ignore him, but every night he got closer. My lights would flicker and my toaster oven would turn on by itself. And then I started seeing his reflection. Sometimes he'd be behind me when I was brushing my teeth. Other times he'd be in the microwave door or in the windows across the street. But when I tried to capture him on camera or take a photo, he never appeared. It was like he was a ghost. Went through years of building archives and found that in 1987, a tenant matching the man's description jumped from the rooftop. Before he jumped, he told the police that he was being followed by himself. Nobody was ever found. As the days passed, I began seeing myself through his eyes. Literally, I experienced moments of my life as if he were watching them. I could feel his presence behind me, in front of me, beside me. I couldn't tell if I was the one being watched or the one doing the watching. I began questioning my own sanity. Was I losing my mind? Was this some kind of elaborate hallucination? Then one night, as I was sleeping, I heard the click of my front door opening. I didn't think anything of it until I turned around and saw him standing in front of me. He wasn't walking, just slid forward without moving his legs. In a panic, I ran to the roof. When I got there, I turned around to see if he was following me. There was a body lying at the edge, but it wasn't his. It was mine. Camera slowly panned out to reveal the time and date stamp on the video camera. Below that, it read, "This footage was recorded 7 hours ago." The date was October 26, 2022, the day I disappeared. The man wasn't a ghost. I was.